Okay, so we're on. Hey, Ted,
Hey,
welcome.
how you
This
doing?
is this is the give back program that I have started, and it really has taken off. And one of my rules is only inviting people that I know and that actually give and provide the benefit that the advertisement talks about. And for those of you that may not know who I am, I'm Gary Barnes. I'm the founder of Gary Barnes International, and my direct email is Gary at Gary Barnes International. There is no selling on this program, so you can relax. It's all about information and being able to truly do a give back. And we have a free gift. One of the things I've asked all of my guests is to give a gift to everyone at absolutely no cost. So we will be doing that. But grab a piece of paper and a pencil. I'm guessing you're going to want to take some notes. And with that, Ted, welcome.
Hey, good to see you, Gary.
Yeah, Ted's in California in the Bay Area, so we're always reminiscing or enumerating or whatever the commiserating maybe is the word, going through the challenging times that we all find ourselves in right now. So let's jump into it. Uh, Ted is one of the premier LinkedIn experts in the world, where LinkedIn corporate actually asks him to come into corporate headquarters and to be that sounding board, to be that test agent. So he's one of the best people on the planet that I know that really can give everyone the inside tips, not necessarily tricks, but tips and strategies to really maximize the effort that they're putting into their social media, specifically on LinkedIn. So let me ask you a general question. What are you seeing with LinkedIn right now? Is it dead? Is it, should we ignore it right now, or what are you doing?
I'm overwhelmed, actually. This month, the traffic is up like 40%, they said, and it's mostly C-level executives. So things are
Wow.
just really going crazy right now.
So what are you seeing as the the focus? What are people doing? Are they selling stuff? Are they providing content? Are they doing both?
I'm having a lot of fun just having conversations with people, just chatting with people, and the whole thing with the CEOs that are connecting with other CEOs right now. They're all kind of like, how the hell are we going to get out of this mess? What are we going to do? So they're networking with each other and reconnecting with former colleagues. So it's really exciting. Not getting a lot of big sales pitches, which is really nice to see, pretty refreshing. You get the usual group of people that just, you know, like the monologue, blah, blah, buy from me.
Yeah.
Those people always do that, but the other people are really reaching out to each other.
So one of the things I thought I'd like to do on this program, because we keep this interview to about 25 minutes or so, because we want to respect everyone's time. So I'm going to throw two things at you that we have not rehearsed. And the first thing is, what would you say are the three biggest mistakes that people make on LinkedIn right now? And then I'm going to ask you, what are the three biggest things that you think people should be doing on LinkedIn to get a business benefit? Not just, that warm fuzzy and, using time, but really to set themselves up for success on LinkedIn for their business. So
Hey, you didn't tell me it was going to be a test, Gary. Come on.
I know. So I know you can do it. So that's why I felt good about it. So let's go with the first. What are the three things that people are making mistakes? Because I think sometimes those are the things that actually hinder us more in the results than the things we're doing correctly.
The biggest mistake is I hear it all the time, like, oh yeah, I haven't updated my LinkedIn profile in at least 10 years. It's like, it's like your resume. You got to keep it current because, remember the days when we had to have our resume, Gary?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you'd need it. And it's like, oh crap, I got like 6 years worth of stuff to put on here now. And you rush it. So if you keep your LinkedIn profile fresh, it projects a better image for your business.
So let's break that down for a second. Some people may not really understand what you're meaning by the profile. Very quickly, could you explain that and where they would find it?
Yeah, so if I search LinkedIn for Gary Barnes, I click on your name, It's going to pull up your LinkedIn. It's like your own little mini web page.
Right.
Your online resume, some people call it. So if you have a picture of you like when you're in 1980, yeah. A lot of people have like a 5-year-old or a 10-year-old picture and it's cropped out. It's like, somebody standing next to you. You kind of got the.
So having a professional look then, including your banner.
Yeah. So you want to have that little banner behind your head, some kind of your logo from your business if you have your own business, something interesting there because that's going to grab people's attention. So don't just leave that blue standard background LinkedIn has. And then get a professional headshot done when we can do that, or just get someone to take your picture with your iPhone now. The cameras are so good. Stand in front of a blank wall. It's much better than just those cropped out pictures.
And remember to smile.
And smile. Friendly, approachable face.
So what are 2 more things that you would think that people might not be doing as correctly, or maybe they're really hindering themselves with what they're doing?
So one thing I don't understand this, you're communicating, if we're messaging each other on LinkedIn or connecting, we're both people, right? You're not a bot and I'm a person. For some reason, think they can just treat you like you're not really a person and blast messages at you and try to sell to you before you even know who you are. So just pretend you're having a conversation. Remember we used to be able to go out for a cup of coffee. Someday we will. So you're talking one-on-one to somebody like you're having a conversation. So keep it all conversational like that. And don't sell.
How long should those messages be? Mine's a little bit long. I'm going to be cutting mine down. But I know that I think, have cut yours way down, haven't you?
Yeah, LinkedIn actually told me this, that if your message is 500 characters or less, it's read 90% of the time.
Okay.
They told me that from their stats because everybody's on their phone now. So if the message is, you keep scrolling and scrolling, it's like way too long.
So 500 characters, not 500 words.
Right.
So get on WordPress or whatever you create documents and count the characters.
Right. Keep it short.
So it means that it's also more personal and more direct.
Right.
Cool. So what would be the third thing?
The third thing is log in every day for a few minutes, even if it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Because every time when you log in, LinkedIn algorithm senses that. And the more times you log in, it starts putting your profile in front of the right people. So it kind of learns who you connect with and who you're communicating with, and it puts you in front of similar people. So it does a lot of the work for you. It's pretty cool.
So what you're saying is people are setting it and forgetting it, and that's not going to get them the results.
If you just log in every day for 5 minutes and do one thing, over a week, you'll see your profile views start to increase. So more people will be viewing your profile, which is like views to your website. The more people that come to your website, the more business you should get if you have a good website.
So when you say one thing, do you mean just liking something, or are you saying to comment?
You can just, I've had people just log in and literally like connect with one person, or just send one message to somebody or one like, and log off, and their profile views started to increase.
Okay. So like for me, I never log out. Does that hurt me?
No, I'm logged into like 3 or 4 different devices right now, probably.
Yeah, I'm on 3.
Yeah.
I'm always there. People think I'm there at 3 in the morning, and I'm really not.
Right.
So cool. We're doing good on time. So let's go to the 3 things that, big suggestions, that what would you like people to see doing right now?
Like I was saying with the messaging, pretend you're meet somebody at a networking. I'm at Gary Barnes boot camp. I meet somebody new. We start talking. Maybe we exchange business cards. When do you start selling to that person? Not at Gary Barnes boot camp. Get to know, like, and trust each other. So you got to build a relationship with people before they'll become your customers. So don't go for the kill too early.
maybe not go for the kill at all.
Right.
So what type of messaging would you suggest? When when we reach out. So this is on the positive side now. We're reaching out to people. I think sometimes we can get too generic. And so that we go, hi, I like you. I think we should, what are the elements that you see that is really working for you in that first communication?
So when I work with my clients, we go log into their LinkedIn account and then we look at the messages they sent to people to invite to connect. And I make them read them out loud. And it's like their jaw drops. Because we all see the thing, they want to find something in common. So you'll send a generic message like, hey, we have some connections in common. I'd like to connect with you. Like, well, what connections? Tell me some specific connections we have in common.
Okay.
But when they read that, it's like so boring. Or if you go to the same school, that's great. People connect with you like crazy because alumni love to connect with alumni. But when you're just reaching to say, oh, we're both in the marketing group. Well, what else? Or we're both marketers. I get every day probably 30 connection requests from marketers. Like marketers won't hire me usually. So why do I want to connect with more marketers? Because then the algorithm puts more marketers in my world. I want other people that I can actually work with.
Well, so you get the marketers. Should you accept them? Do you?
I don't anymore, but probably 20% of my network is because I was expecting connections from marketers. But they don't provide any value to my network, really. They just kind of want to see what I'm doing, kind of spy on me.
So I get invites all the time. I mean, I'm like you, I get a bunch every day. And a lot of them will say, I see your profile, kind of that generic thing. And when I've accepted them, they go, and who are you? Tell us something about you. And I'm going, well, you asked me to connect. So I'm guessing that they are using the broadcast systems out there that they really don't know that they invited me to connect.
Right.
So I'm also guessing you're saying that's not the way to do it.
So for you, they would do a search and they look for the keyword coach or job title coach. And then they have this canned message. It goes on, hey, I see you're a coach. I like to connect with coaches. Let's connect.
Yeah, and that doesn't work. So, okay, so what's the next thing you would like to see people do to, really gain the benefit in their business with LinkedIn?
One thing that's working really well is when you like and comment and share other people's stuff right now with the hashtags. So you search for certain hashtags. That's something they brought back. So like think Twitter with hashtags. If you do like hashtag leadership on LinkedIn, there's like 15 million people or something like that following that hashtag now. So any content that's posted with that leadership hashtag, if you start jumping into those conversations, you're going to meet all kinds of new people that are interested in leadership. If that's one of the things that brings you better clients, then jump on that.
And really the hashtags, I've started doing on everything with YouTube, Facebook, whatever it might be. But you're saying it's really beneficial now with LinkedIn.
Yeah, 6 months ago or so, when you put hashtags in your post, it really took off. The traction isn't quite there. They've twisted the algorithm a little bit. So it's not really as good for posting content, but you can find content that people are interacting with. So I'm seeing like second and third level people that are interested in those topics. And then I reach out to them and say, hey, I like what you're saying about on that leadership thread, and send them that thread and they'll connect with you.
So it's a little bit of a back door.
Yes.
Okay. So number 3, what would you like people to do?
Number 3, log in every day. Like I said before, just be active and be really friendly with people. Humor is working really well on LinkedIn right now for me. I like to have fun with people. My friend Alex Mondosian says, LinkedIn's like a library. Everybody's boring and they don't want to offend their boss. But I send fun messages to people like, I keep seeing your LinkedIn profile everywhere. I think LinkedIn wants us to connect. And like 70% of people accept that invitation. Silly things like that. Because if you see someone's profile starts following you, like ads kind of. So I get some good responses. Like then I send a welcome message. It's, hey, tell me something interesting I wouldn't know from your LinkedIn profile. Last week, one guy replied, he says, I have 5 children from 5 women.
Whoa.
And LinkedIn has that new auto prompt, has little phrases you can just click and it'll reply. One of them was, oh, that's not good. So I shared that with the guy and we had a good laugh. And he said, yeah, I adopted 5 children too. So
He's your type of guy.
yeah. So we've been kind of chit-chatting back and forth now.
Yeah,
So it lowers the guard.
I've been telling everybody that Sharon's my first wife lately. And she heard me say it and she goes, are you planning on the second? I go, no, but, hey, it's a true statement.
Right.
So the let's switch gears just a little bit because I want to make sure that we have time for you to share with them something that we actually touched on at the beginning of the call, your free gift. So do you want to let everybody know about what it is and how they can, get that from you?
Actually, I've been doing a class called Messages That Sell for my private group. And we've been doing this thing called the 9-word email from Dean Jackson. So last week we did a whole session on that. And everybody's been writing their 9-word email. So let's ask a question like, are you still interested in learning how to drive a sports car? Like you love to do, like fly, you love to fly.
Yes.
So the whole thing is, are you still interested in buying a house in Denver? A realtor can send that out. And then we have a whole series of messages we create after that. So what I'm doing this Thursday, actually in my group call, I'm going to open up my whole list. So if you just go to my website, yourlinkedincoach.com, and get on the email list, you'll be invited to this 1-hour class. How to write fun messages for LinkedIn.
So put that one more time. So how do they get on it?
So go to yourlinkedincoach.com. And then right at the top, you can join my email list. I'll be sending an email out with the link that's going to go to that call on Thursday. And we're going to spend a whole hour just writing fun messages for LinkedIn that are actually working really well for me and some of my students now.
Cool. Well, and I know that it's the little things that you have taught because you have spoken at my event, my 3-day event, 4 or 5 times now. And, it's the little things that you've shared that has made huge differences. I know one of the participants that she was only there for, about half of the program. And she is just singing what has happened. I think she went from 200 connections to now over 6,000, something like that. And, and it just was these little things, and they're real connections. And by the way, some of those connections have paid her 5 figures to engage her. And it was through the LinkedIn that happened. So this is not just about having a face out there and, we'll do this when there's nothing else to do. This is it's a combination of PR, which is exposure, and marketing. But it's soft marketing to where people that see you as a perfect solution will start being drawn to you. And that's really the secret sauce that Ted has developed for not only himself, but, for those that he has worked with. In fact, tell everybody about your book. I mean, we're not marketing the book, but just the title of the book is what it's in the 3rd edition now.
3rd edition, Ultimate Guide to LinkedIn for Business. And for some reason, everybody's jumping on the LinkedIn bandwagon this month. Oh.
Well, I think they are, frustrated a little bit about maybe not being able to do traditional marketing or how they have connected with their clients. But this is something that it could give you a jump start. But it's something that I know Ted would agree with this. This is not something you do one and done. This is something you want to continue. And what I've been telling people in the last few weeks, do you want to get in line now and be in the front? Or when everything starts up again, are you wanting to be in the pack, wanting to get into line? And this is the way to be ahead of the curve.
People have a lot of free time right now. When you're working from home, you're not in meetings all day. They're on LinkedIn chatting. They're on Facebook chatting. So just start friendly conversations with people and they remember you. Like you said, get in line, get ahead of the line, get the jump start.
Something that I would recommend, and Ted, tell me if you would recommend this, and I'm guessing you do this as well, is that in those conversations, look for ways to support and refer and to become a resource to those people. And what I have found, as they see me as a resource, they know that I'm not there just to close them. There is no hook, no agenda. And in those relationships, you become safe, and you're going to be amazed at what comes out of those connections, because you don't know who knows who. You don't
Right.
know when the relevant part will be for you. And so using LinkedIn is going to be, a lot of people think that LinkedIn is stuffy and whatever. It is different. You're not going to put up a picture of your cat, right? Or a picture of your food normally. It's not Instagram. But at the same time, making it personal, from what I'm understanding you say, Ted, is really a key, is becoming a real person on it.
Yeah. Oh, if you just start having fun with people, I love to work with people that have fun. So that's my target audience. I love that. Now, I've
So,
worked with people that are stuffy and boring. It's like, that's not really people who I want to do a lot of business with. So if I start conversations that are fun, they jump in and we go back and forth, we become friends. Maybe not clients even, but we're friends who know other people.
do the website one more time, how people can get on, to be included in the free program on Thursday.
YourLinkedInCoach.com.
So from what I'm gathering from what we have talked about, uh, it's messages that are 500 characters or less, getting on LinkedIn every single day. And what would you, as you know, we're coming to the end of the call here in the next few minutes, what would your encouragement be, overall as a marketing plan with LinkedIn? What would you say? And I know we only have a couple of minutes and there's multiple layers, but for someone maybe that is not really as familiar, they haven't used it a lot, or maybe they haven't even started, what would you tell them to do?
Be strategic in who you accept into your network. Because when I wrote my first book 8 years ago, I had 642 connections or something. I was very strategic. Then I said, I want to be one of those 30,000 connection people. So I started accepting every invitation. Now I'm almost at 22,000. And I'm thinking, I got to get rid of a lot of these because they're not providing any value to me. So only connect with you. Like I don't connect with marketers anymore because they're not going to buy from me. So I connect with people who could become potential clients or referral partners.
Well, and it could be dangerous having them in your community because they could be going through your back door and connecting with your people as well.
Exactly.
So, Ted, do you have Facebook up by chance?
No, I don't actually.
Okay, let me see if I can see this real quick, because I always look and see if we have any questions. And I gotta shut the sound off so we don't confuse. It doesn't look like we have any questions on Facebook. So as we end, I want words of wisdom. What would you like to share as we close out this, little mini section of Give Back?
Just go get on whatever social media like, but LinkedIn especially right now, and help people out. People are really struggling. They're looking for help, looking for somebody to give them a little hand up right now. So just give them a free ebook or send them a copy of your book if you have a book. If you have a good conversation, just drop it in the mail to them. Just help people, and it's all going to come back to you in multiples in a couple months.
Yeah, and longer, because a lot of these relationships will last a very long time. I mean, Ted and I've been connected now and been really good friends for 10 years, 11 years.
Yep.
And it did start with a personal connection at an event and within a particular group. But outside of that, it has, and one of those unique things is as I developed my program, I saw him as a resource to be able to provide benefit to the community that comes to my 3-day boot camp. And so there's this, connection back and forth that is symbiotic. So, Ted, thank you. As always, I appreciate you, and I really would recommend everyone, connect with Ted on some level. I know he puts out free information. I connect with him on LinkedIn, and I would suggest saying you heard him on this program. So let's accept you. You're not going to be one of those marketing guys or gals.
If you're a marketer and you do say you saw me on Gary's show, I will accept your invitation.
There you go. because he does put out a lot of good information. And as soon as he has it and has permission from LinkedIn, he shares it with us. So we're ahead of the curve there too. So Ted, enjoy the springtime. I hope we're having gorgeous weather here in Colorado. And so I know that we'll talk soon, and we'll see everyone on the next Facebook Give Back series. And this has just been a lot of fun, and thank you for showing up and being a part of it. So with
Thanks,
that,
Gary.
we will say goodbye. And I'm going to stop this recording.
Woohoo.